Imagine a mother looking at her son being nailed on a cross, pierced through the limbs and crowned with a crown of thorns. How heartbroken, how tormenting must that have been? Pause for a moment and truly see it. The dust in the air, the noise of the crowd, the cruelty of the soldiers, and in the middle of it all, her son. My name is Kiambati Wa Mwangi, and in this space, we reflect on prayer, faith, and those quiet moments where God speaks to the human heart. Kindly consider subscribing and join me in this journey of faith. Today we stand at the foot of the cross, and there we see Mary, not just the mother of Jesus, but a mother in pain. A mother watching her child suffer helplessly. This is not just theology, and this is not just a story. This is a mother losing her son before her very eyes. She had carried him in her womb, and she had held him as a baby. She had watched him grow. And now, she watches him die, and not just die, but suffer. Rejected, beaten, mocked, crucified. The one who comforted others, now crying out in pain. And Mary sees all of it. Every nail, every wound, every drop of blood. You can imagine, every hammer strike did not just hit his body, it struck her heart. And yet, she stayed. She did not run away. She did not cover her eyes, and she did not collapse in despair. She remained. There is something deeply powerful about that. Because staying is not easy. Staying when your world is falling apart is not natural. Staying when everything inside you is screaming to run takes a different kind of strength. Mary teaches us that faith is not always loud. Faith is not always singing and celebrating. Faith is not always victory and joy. Sometimes faith is silence. Sometimes faith is tears falling without words. Sometimes faith is standing at the cross when your heart is breaking. Mary did not understand everything in that moment. How could she? How do you understand watching innocence suffer? And how do you understand pain that feels so undeserved? And yet, she trusted. A quiet trust, a deep trust, a painful trust. She trusted God even when God seemed silent. And maybe that is where many of us today are. You are watching something unfold in your life and it hurts. You are praying, but the answer is not changing. Like Mary, you're standing at your own cross, watching, waiting, hurting, and wondering, God, where are you? But here is the mystery of the cross. What looked like defeat was actually the beginning. What looked like silence was God working behind the scenes. And Mary could not see resurrection in that moment. She could only see the cross. And sometimes that is where faith is tested the most. Can you trust God when all you see is the cross? Can you remain when everything falls or feels lost? Mary did. And because she stayed, she became a witness not only to the suffering, but also to the glory that would come. So, today, if your heart is heavy and if your situation feels unbearable, if your prayers feels unanswered, please stay. Stay in faith, stay in prayer, and stay with God. Even when you don't understand, even when it hurts, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Because even at the cross, God is still working. And just like Mary, your story does not end in pain. There is more coming, and there is purpose in the suffering. There is life beyond the cross.